Welcome everybody to the Make Votes Matter Democracy Awards and Christmas Party. Big welcome from Make Votes Matter and Make Votes Matter Islington. Kate's going to speak to you in a moment as well. We've got some great speakers that we're going to hear from. We're going to have some card writing to your MPs. You'll see the lovely cards on the table. And we're going to do some tweeting as well, also at our MPs. And then there's going to be an awards ceremony, and then we're going to have some lovely live music, and everyone can have lots of fun. So enjoy the evening, and I'll just pass over to Kate to say a couple of words.
Hello, I'm Kate from the Islington Make Votes Matter group. We had our first meeting in June this year, and obviously we're hoping to attract a few more people. So if you either live near Islington or you know people who live near Islington, do encourage them to come along.
I'm going to introduce Jonathan Reynolds, who is in the middle of a sandwich.
Good evening, everybody. Come on, good evening, happy Christmas. Let's have some more happiness in the room. That's more like it. Look, I'm Jonathan Reynolds. I'm a Labour and Cooperative MP in the northwest of England. I represent part of Greater Manchester. And I've got a very simple take on this. I think the composition of the House of Commons and your local council should reflect how people have voted. That's it. There's really no more to it than that. In fact, if you start from a position of what's best for you at any one time, you'll usually make some quite poor decisions. If you start from a position of what is best for the country, what is not about strong government, but what's about good government, what's about a system that really will give us the politics we need to solve all the rest of the problems in this country, well, I think you've got to come down to that original position. Let's simply make the composition of our councils and our House of Commons the same as how people have voted. Thank you very much.
One of the good things about 2016 is the whole issue of a fair voting system has got far more forward in the agenda than I think it's ever been. That you need to take back control from a government that's got the support of 24% of eligible voters. That also has a manifesto from 2015 that's now entirely irrelevant because it was assumed that we would remain part of the EU. Say we need to have an election. That's the only democratic way forward. I am going to finish in a minute, I promise. An election is the only democratic way forward, and what we have to do in that election is elect a proportional representation majority parliament. We've only got to do that once, and then we've done the job. Thank you.
I'm Frances Scott from the 50/50 Parliament campaign, and thank you very much, Make Votes Matter, for inviting me here this evening. You've been so welcoming and supportive of 50/50 Parliament, and we really, really appreciate it. 50/50 Parliament love what you're doing, and congratulations, keep up the great work. 50/50 is a bit like you. We're a cross-party, non-partisan campaign, but we're campaigning for better gender balance at Westminster. So we want everyone here who knows a talented, inspirational women to come forward, ask them to stand for Parliament. We've got, on our website, we've got a list of all the people they should contact for the various parties. We want to encourage women to get involved in politics. Thanks for listening, and please support us.
I thank you very much to Klein and to Joe for inviting me here today. And I think Make Votes Matter is a wonderful organisation which frankly, people of such different political viewpoints can come together because we actually believe so strongly in this particular point. I think there have been two things that have happened this year which really bring it home for me. I think that the first one was that at or should I say in 2015 general election, my party got 3.8 million votes, getting on for 4 million votes and one MP. Now, it's not a question, ladies and gentlemen, of whether you agree with my party or agree with Labour or agree with Conservative. I think we can all agree that that's wrong. So we are absolutely devoted to changing the system, just along with my colleagues here. So thank you very much for listening to me, and happy Christmas.
First of all, thank you for having me here tonight. As a member of a party long associated with electoral reform, it's really great to see wider support grow for this important quest to improve our democracy. When I was a member of the European Parliament, it was a bit embarrassing to explain to European colleagues how we elect our national parliaments. And actually, some of them literally didn't believe me the first time I said it. Really? What? Yeah, really? So I won't repeat the core arguments. We in this room all know them very well. But people do feel that they lack the power to shape the politics around them, and that's what we need to do. We need to put the power back into voters' hands.
Good evening, friends, colleagues, campaigners. We know what we want. What we want to do is to make votes matter. Oh my goodness me! You know, I know what you're all saying. What is an old Tory codger doing?
You're not old.
Oh, thank you. I bring my wife to all these events. Let me tell you what my granny used to say to me. She used to say, keep your head cool, your feet warm, your bowels open, and your mouth shut. Well, especially for tonight, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to break one of Granny's rules by talking to you. So I say to you, ladies and gentlemen, you are the beautiful people. The baton for democracy has been passed to you, and you, I know, will succeed. That pot of gold at the end of the rainbow contains a tablet, and on that tablet is written, make votes matter. So let us all ride this rainbow of opportunity. Let us go and pick up the pot of gold, and let us make votes matter.